Alright guys, so picking up where we left off, we got this brick looking a little more high res in our last video. I'm gonna have to fix that. Hold on. Sorry about that. Guess I didn't catch that in our last video. But we don't want to have weird outline like that. We'll move it back. Huh. Where's that even coming from? Who knows? We'll fix it later. I have no idea where that would even be coming from. Huh. This is a problem too. Alright, we'll go back and clean that stuff up. But let's move on. So anyway, definitely want to just start working on some other details. Like gonna need a gutter. We're gonna put a gutter in here to give us a little transition there. Give us something to break up the transition here. I want to put another little wood piece along these seams to hide that and just give it a little more character. And we'll put a stone base and a stone capstone on here as well. Really help that out. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. We'll just let's start with the siding. I wanna move on to something else. So I've been looking at that brick for a while. So I'm just gonna come in here, create a new cube, and we'll just move it kind of in position. Alrighty, and then I'm gonna go to my 4 view, come right over here, and let's just kind of size this up. So I'll go to my width. Whoops. Try my depth. Yep. And thinking something right around something like that. Should be pretty efficient. And then we'll suck it in too. It's only gonna need to be like 0.1 thick. Yeah, something like that. Alright, and then let's go right into subdivisions here. Throw that in there. Yeah, that should be just fine. Cool. All I want to do be a real basic object mode. Okay. So real basic shape. We're just gonna take these edges, push them back, focus on it. And then let's just play with it, see how it looks. I think it's just a little too thick too. There we go. That's better. Let's throw in one more here. I'm gonna go to my insert edge loop tool. If I double click it here, it's just like going to the box. I want multiple edge loops. I'm gonna change it down to 1 because I want these perfectly centered on this. There we go. Reset it. Come back here. Exit out of there. I'm gonna grab those edges. I'm gonna grab the faces here. I just want to pull it out just a tad. Let's give it a nice rounded kind of face. And bring it up. like it. And then yeah, so I'll just grab the faces. I'm gonna come level with it. I'm gonna click and drag. So I've got the faces on the top and I got the faces on the front and the sides and the back, and I'm just gonna take a line straight through here, shift and drag to deselect them. Now I just got the ones on the top, so it just makes that easier than having to select them individually. And then I'm just gonna extrude them all the way up, like so. Very nice. See how it's looking. And we'll just UV it real quick. Because it won't. So it'll take just a second. Where is my editor? Existing material, our test texture. I'll slap that on there. Then I'll go to my UVs. Delete the UVs. And since it's a pretty basic, just a really basic shape, I'm just going to auto map it real quick. Got all these UVs hanging out over here. Yeah, I don't think I'll have to touch them. That'll work for us, for right now anyway. And then I'll just move and sew them. So I don't have any weird seams going on. Just move it over like that. Cool, good deal. Good, I'll leave it like that. I did want to install a gutter as well. And let's do a modify center pivot on that one for just a second. I just want to... No, I don't think I have to bring it up from the wall, so I'm going to just take that pivot point and move it down to the base. Insert, hold B to snap it. Insert again. Good, and we'll just call this wall trim vertical. And for the gutters, I want to pull up some reference images. We're gonna do something like this. We're gonna make, or like this. We're gonna make just a little section of the gutter, and then we'll just use that, and we'll just duplicate it along the length of the wall, just like we did with the walls themselves, actually. So, well, I'll probably just grab the edges and pull it out. So we'll do that real quick, and I'll put this on its own layer. Go back to my 4 view. What am I doing? 4 view. Great. And let's go to my front view. Actually, I'll just model it for my side view. And let me just do like a side by side here so I kind of know what I'm looking at. I'm liking this. So first I'm just going to make a box. And I'll just add a couple subdivisions in it. Something like that. And I think I can just go ahead. I'll delete the center right away so we just have the outlying sides like that. And then we'll just kind of do it from here. And then I'll extrude it to give it some thickness. So I'll put my multi-cut tool. Ooh, hold on. Let me go back. Control Z. Alright, so first I'm gonna get my loops in there to model it out first before I delete those, so I don't have to like do everything a million times. And I'll just put one in the middle, and then one at the top, and then one at the top. That should do us for right now. And just, just kind of eyeball that out, Make sure I don't have the bottom selected, which I do. Oh, it doesn't need to be that thick. Grab these vertexes. Suck it in a little bit. I'll leave that for now, and then I can suck that in later. So it comes straight up like this to this crease, and then we kind of got this like folded out action going on. So I'll actually take this edge and I'll just push it out, and I'm gonna add another edge loop in there. Just push it back in a little bit. And okay. Let's grab this edge. Let's bring it up a little closer. So I'm trying to kind of get this down. And we'll bring this one out. Trying to just kind of mimic that shape we got going on. Put one more in there. Does it kind of... let me see, let me check another. Yeah, so it kind of does like this wave thing where it pushes out and then comes back in and then does its thing. And I just kind of got like a general bow going on, not even. So, let me see here, pushes out. Let's add another one in there. We'll push it out. And this one's going to come back in. Cool. And then I take this top edge. Actually gonna move it so it's flat. My V key, I'm gonna snap it along here so it's perfectly straight. So we got that flat head, and then I'm actually gonna extrude that down in just a second. So we've got the top, and we've got this face kind of going on here. It's a little too much. Let's suck this up closer to it. But this is actually supposed to be behind that lip, and then this should be coming behind that edge, and this behind that one, in a fashion like that. just got kind of too harsh of a move right there. So we'll just add a couple more in there, just to round it out a little bit. Looks a little better. Yeah, that's about it. Extrude. Suck that one down. Good. So we got a nice little section to work with. I'm digging it so far. Let's go back to our side view. It's way too thick, obviously, but we'll change that up. Just getting the general form down, then we'll mess with its scale here in a second. So, yeah, I think we'll scale it straight down. Actually, I pretty much want to scale it in everything but the Z. So I'm going to do that. Hold control while I'm holding on the Z axis, and I can scale in both the Y and the X, just basically excluding the Z axis from that. And that actually is kind of looking like a decent gutter. Like it looks like it belongs, you know? Cool. And then let's move that move tool over to the end. Insert. Actually, no, I want it the other way. Insert. Oops. Hold V. Great. And let's UV map this one real quick. Yeah. Alright, save layouts. UV editor. Perfect. Let's put our test texture on there. And let's delete those UVs. For this one, I'm thinking I'm actually going to do a cylindrical map on this. So it is kind of like a cylinder shape. It's it's kind of rounded a little bit. It's long. So we're going to use our cylindrical mapping tool right here. And you see it brings it up, and basically we're getting pretty close. We're kind of laying it out. Actually, let me hold on. This will save me some headache in the future. Let me do the face, double click the object so it selects every face, and then get rid of these because they're behind it. So I'm just going to deselect them, and then I'll come back and select them in a second. So we'll go back to our cylindrical map. You can see we're getting pretty close to what we want. If you look, you can see like a little plus sign down here, like a right angle here. So this way you can like determine like the scale of it, and you can see it's moving in my UV editor when I do that. If I hit this little guy down here, brings up a gizmo that we can move it. I can actually rotate it. So I'm gonna rotate this in a straight 90 degrees. Over here, you can see that's the rotate. I'm gonna change that to 90. Boom. And so we're gonna get it basically just straightened out on a plane. So, and then we'll just have to come in and do some massage work like that. I'll go to UVs. I like it to shell. And let me rotate. I don't think there isn't a way, unfortunately, I can rotate this precisely in here, but I just want to rotate it. Good. And then we'll select the side, relax it, side, relax it. Then we'll select all that stuff, relax it. Oh, look at that. Now it's coming together. Now they're all looking even. So yeah, that looks hot. I like it. I don't have to do much with that. And UV, select all of them, and just pack them into that 0 to 1 space. just a touch more, just so I know. But not too much. There we go. Perfect. And then for this guy, just like that, we'll do a planar map on him. That's on the X. UV, planar, box, X-axis, project. And then I can just move it out of the way. And we'll flip it. And we'll just move that back up. It should just... There you go. Move it so. Good. And I'll just select that just to relax them back in. Great, so that's done. Got a good modular piece going there. Edit, and delete all my history. Come back in here. Great. So now I got that little chunk, but I need to cover this whole wall. So I could just select my vertexes like that. If I do this, though, they're gonna stretch. And I kind of want to leave that like that, just in case if I want to do another building, I have a little modular piece I can work with. So just like the walls, I'm just gonna do control. Let's name this actually gutter piece. I'm just gonna control D and hold my B key and snap it along, and then just do that the whole way down. And we might get lucky here. I might not have to. Oh, it almost touches the end. I like it. And yeah, we obviously will have to put that put the drainage pipe there. So, and just like we did, and you can see that mine will automatically number them for you after you duplicate it. And I'm just gonna select all of them, and we'll hit Control G, put them in a group, modify center pivot. And then let's go back to some of my reference material I pulled up. We're gonna want like a drainage system. So something like that. They'll just attach to the gutter like so. And so this is actually kind of a fun trick that I like to use. So I'll show you a nice little trick here. What we're gonna do is we're actually gonna create a line, and then we're gonna extrude a rectangle along the line. And it's pretty sweet. It's a pretty sweet tool to use. So what I'm gonna do, go back to my 4 view side, and you saw that it's not really gonna attach like that. I want something like that. You can see it's got a fitting that this tube is going to come out of. We're going to do that first. And just going to make a box again. Where is it? And all it is just, yeah, basically just going to suck in bottom half there. So I'm just going to select the vertexes on the bottom, scale them in, and then we'll move them up. Cool. And that's all we'll probably need to do for that. Modify center pivot. What are you doing way back there? Okay, let's bring you up. Grab the vertexes one side. Oops. Grab those and just doesn't need to be so thick. Let's kind of get it lined up on here. Modify center pivot again. And I'm just gonna scale it in this way, squish it down, and then don't need to be so thick. Scale you in a little bit too. Our connector piece. Let me just suck it in just a little more like that. I'll move it right here. Cool. Kind of like how that's looking right now. Let's UV it real quick. Perspective, UV editor. Slap our existing test texture on there. UV. Delete UVs. Real basic shape, we'll just put an auto map on it. Makes sense. Cool. You know what? Hold on. Let me undo that. Let's bevel these edges here, just to make them look kind of nice. And I think I want to do these as well. Edit mesh, bevel. Let's go to our box. These don't need to be so big. Put it down to a 0.8. Put like 2 segments on it. Apply. Ooh, too much. Okay, hold on. Let's go back. Let's do 3. And let's take the width way down to 0.2. And apply. That's better. That's what I wanted. Good. Close. Now let's just auto map this again. Great. Alright, so now onto the fun part. Panels. Save layouts. For view. It's going to go our front view. I'm going to go to create. I'm going to create a CV curve. My curve tool is CV curve tool. Get a little target here, and let me just glance at this one at a time. Alright. Well, basically here, we're just going to build a line going straight down. So I'm just going to click, get a dot, click, click, click. You see this line starting to form. We'll take it all the way down to the ground. And it should, and then this is where you can build a curve, something like that. Enter. And then we can play with this line. So if I'm on the line, if I right click and hold, I get these different options. Control vertex. That's going to be, you can edit the points that you just made. I wonder if I can snap it to that. And if we do curve point, might not be any on this one. Should give you, okay, maybe they're like, oh, okay, that's weird. If I center pivot, alright, let's just, yeah, we'll just use the, edit point. These are, so you can edit the points that you just made, same thing as the, pretty much the same thing as your, control vertex. Let's see, hull, what does that do? A hull will give us like a line, like an average line in between it. Whoa, where is that? There we go, let's move it into position here. But basically, got a shape, and I'm gonna tuck this in, use my control vertex. Kinda want it over here. You can just delete that, I don't need that. Let me bring this out. Whoops. Whoops. Alright. So we kinda got it the way we want it. Go to my object. So I'm gonna select this face on here. Then shift. Holding shift, I'm gonna select the line. Now if I hit extrude, it's going to extrude that face out along that line. So you see it goes straight from the start to the end because it only has one subdivision. We just crank up the subdivisions, boom. We get a pipe that we were going for. So, and once we're satisfied with it, just go edit and go edit delete by type history. So that's gonna break the connection that had from this line. If you don't delete the history, like if I move this, that pipe would have moved with it. But I can actually show you here. Hold on. So I undid delete history. Now if I select that pipe, that line, you can see I'm moving that pipe out with it. And then I could actually it's a little harder to do once you've actually got the shape. But if I go to my control vertex, well actually if I just turned wireframe on, be easier. But then I can actually just go in and control the vertex, and then I can mess with that geometry. So I can manipulate it the way I see fit. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna clean this up a little bit, just give it a little more room. Give it a better, there we go. And then, so I'm happy, object mode, edit, delete by type history. Now that connection is broken. That geometry is baked down. I can do that. So this is your wireframe tool, by the way. If you turn that off, you get that. And I've got the texture on, as obviously. So yeah, pretty nifty, pretty easy. And open up my UV editor on that one. Save layouts. And I'm just gonna go my face. I'm gonna select all the faces for this. Just hold on. Make sure I didn't select any of the faces for that fitting, which I didn't. Oh, that's nice. Got lucky. Now we'll go UV, delete UVs. Let's take a look at these UVs here for a second. Get those out of the way. Yeah, let's link these two up together, huh? I'll do the same thing. Because this is our... It's actually our rear one. Hold on. So since more people are going to see, you're going to see this side of it, because you're going to be standing right in front of it, not really going to go probably behind it, poking around. I'm going to take these two, which are the sides here. I'm going to link them up with that front-facing one. So we're going to sew them together. So we'll come in here, select that. You really don't have to do this if you don't want to, but I'm going to do it. Save me a little extra space too on the UV map. Will help me make more sense of it anyway. Unfold it. There we go. And then I'm going to rotate it so they're even. Perfect. And then, yeah, so we got that going on. Don't even need this face here, actually. Yeah, so we're going to delete that face. You know what? Hold on. Oh, yeah, we'll delete that face. Because I don't have any edge loops running through it or anything like that anyway, so I'm just going to get rid of it. Don't need it. Two shell. And let's just pack that guy in there, huh? And then this guy, no one's really gonna see you. I want to save some room over on this side for that pipe. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move those over to the side right now. Select all those. Let's give it a good cylindrical map. Let's just see how it looks. Might turn out like crap, but it might not either. So, alright, and I'm gonna delete the UVs down here, face. Good. Alright, and then delete those. So what am I looking at right now? Whoa. Oh, okay. Hold on. I guess I accidentally grabbed the wall. Let's not do that. I just want that piece. Let's drag this out. Tell what I'm looking at. Let's unfold it. Let's unfold it. Whoa. Okay, so we'll just planar map it. You know, don't know if you don't try. You gotta take some risks sometimes. So delete UVs. Great. And how much time? 40 minutes. Great. Let's just auto map it. It might work for us. Yeah. kind of doing what we asked for. I'll kind of just work with it as it is. And for these guys. And yeah, I didn't have to really sacrifice a lot on that. So that's nice. Cool. So got that side done. Now, hit Control G again. Get them all in a group. Center pivot. And I'm going to give it a Control Shift duplicate to mirror it. So it's the other way. And I'm going to put this on the other side. Cool. And then this guy, let's get him moseying around. And it should be, let's say, every 3. Should look kind of centered. Let's get in there. Let's see. What would happen if I moved it? Whoops. Control D. If I get it on -6. Oh, well, hold on. Because where was this one? -1.5? Yeah, so let's just move it every 1.5. So then -4.5. And then Control D. And that should be a -6. Awesome. And Control G. Modify center pivot. Good. And then Control Shift D, because I already had it set up to mirror it along the X. Very good. And I think I could even use them on the interior walls too. So we'll just put them there for now. We can always change our minds if we want to. And I pretty much just did a Control Shift duplicate each time there. And this time we'll do a Control D. Bring it over, and then I'm going to end up rotating it 90. We'll get it lined up. Control Shift D. Cool. And roll on 45 minutes. Let's knock out this sub ceiling finally, because it's so easy to do. I have no idea, because I'm literally just gonna make a box. Boom. Bring it up in here. Let's get rid of the roof so I can see in. That's why I made it in layers. Alright. And I'm just gonna get this thing centered. Come over here, Setting the height down like 0.1 and make the width 25. Well, what was our height in meters? Our width? Oh, I think it was 762. That number rings a bell for me, so let's do 762. Whoops. 7.62. Yeah. Good deal. And then it's the same for the depth as well. 7.62. Sweet. We got a ceiling. And then I'll add, and then let's bring back our roof. We'll call this our, do I have it selected? Should. Good. And then we'll call that ceiling. I'll add it to its own layer as well. Good. And then did I get this stuff added to a layer? Let's make a layer there. Gutter. Gutter with drain. My group name. Add selected objects. Boom. So they're both on there. Alright guys, and then yet real quick, let's texture this. Let's UV map it anyway. I mean, I don't even think I'll have to change the UV map, but let's see here. UV editor, existing material test. Yeah, I mean we will change it, but UV, and then delete UVs. I could have made a plane too. Could have just used a plane by like using the cube. But I'm really just gonna take this face and only that face because you're not gonna see everything else. So we're just gonna make excuse me, there's our planar box in the Y project, and then I'm gonna have to flip it. But there. So this will be if we whatever detail we want to add to the ceiling, we can do like we can tile it. We can use the ceiling tile, whatever. We can do that. So and like, all we have to do is just use this plane. So like our UV snapshot is just gonna be a box. So pretty basic, pretty easy to work with. And with that being said, the floor is the same thing. So I'll actually select that box. Do I have it selected? And I'll select the box, and then I'll just duplicate it. Control D. Flip it 180 degrees. And move it down. And then it's going to use the same UV map as well. So there's that. And yeah, when we take the UV snapshot, we'll just call it something else. So this will be like garage floor, this will be garage ceiling, so we know what we're working with, and then we take it into Photoshop and you'll see. And one more thing I want to do is I actually want to add like a little concrete base to this to ground it. And so I'm going to make a new box real quick before I let you guys go. Yeah, alright, and then I'll call this brick block base. The height, 0.1. Oh, excuse me, 0.1. And then we'll just kind of play with it. 1.2. 1.2. Don't need to be bigger than that. That looks pretty decent. Go back to my UV editor. And existing test texture, UVs, delete UVs, object, auto map it, too easy. And I'll just I'm not even gonna sew it up. No, I will. Who am I kidding? Yes, I will. Let's get these out of the way here, so I can see what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm actually selecting the edge of the object, which works all the same. It looks like they ended up overlapping. Doesn't matter. UV to shell. Bring it over. Bring that guy over. And since that's our bottom, I'll scale it down. Because you're not even going to see the UVs anyway, so. And we could bevel the edges. Bevel the edges if we wanted to. Just to make it look nice, anyway. Edit mesh, bevel. See what happens at 20. Oh, a little too small. See what happens at 80. Oops. Let's go width of 1. That's good. I like that. I like the way that looks. Close. Now let's do Control D, duplicate it over, and move it over here. Awesome. Looking good. Looking good. Alright, and just about to hit that hour mark. So overall, liking it, and got everything done that I wanted to today. So that's actually a first on these videos. So yeah, so in the next video we'll just end up texturing this thing, and then we can start working on the interior. So as always, thank you for watching. If you haven't yet already, I hope I can get you to subscribe. Um, Share the video with your friends on Facebook if you can. Anything, just get the word out there. Help me out. Would really appreciate it. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Take care.